you don't. Yeah, Hamon Holy Fist was fun, and I will definitely continue that one day. I might, if I don't start streaming again soon, I might end up finishing that on YouTube.
But then you don't
Just for some closure.
have me and like Hazy laughing at you as we do the death count.
Well, I'll do a death count for it on YouTube if I do it on YouTube. I mean, I do that for my solo dungeons.
That's true.
And I think I'm doing pretty good. I mean, we're at the Black Gooch, and I think I'm at what 50 deaths.
I don't remember. I have like the worst memory.
Something like that. It's not bad.
What was it?
Doing better than fucking Miztech, that's for sure. Jesus. Watched her do a couple of sessions of the first Dark Souls. Man, that was fucking hilarious. It's so funny.
I've got some kind of buff up, like I see it up in like the corner of my screen next to the hardcore
Ooh.
sign, but whenever I mouse over to
Right.
read it, it doesn't pop up for me. I don't know what it is.
Strength in numbers. Increased magic find, gold find experience.
Is that because there's more of us?
Yeah, it's just our party buff.
Oh, well, that's cool. You level faster when you play with other people. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, of course. Yaz, you're right. Twitch still has it recorded, but I'm pretty sure it's about 50. Nah, it wasn't over 50. Come on, give me some credit.
I don't know. When I was watching, you were almost at 40, and you were like still, I think, like halfway through the game.
Well, the thing about that that build, right, is it's like really hard to start with.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, like starting with the fists is fucking, that was a nightmare those first couple of areas, but it gets easier and easier as you go, and you know, if you're clever about it, once you get to like 40 strength, 40 dex, you do a lot of damage. Like you're still pretty vulnerable because you have to, you know, get in close and intimate, but
You hit really hard, so it makes up for it.
yeah, exactly. It's pretty legit, and you just stun lock the shit out of pretty much everyone.
Right.
Because it uses so little stamina to attack, is that you can just like stun lock someone for like 20 seconds. You would have died way more if you tried that build. Yeah, well,
I agree with.
I mean that's what you guys asked for, right?
I think I voted.
What did you vote for?
I think I voted Dragoon.
I
No,
think you voted Dragoon.
I don't even remember. It's been so long.
Oh, sweet. I got magic weapon. Got magic fucking weapon. I'm just gonna let you deal with that pack, because you're fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I got my like tank mode going. We're good.
So what is your favorite Dark Souls build?
My favorite is always kind of like a spellcaster warrior, like kind of like a mix, like a spellblade.
Oh, okay. So what's the name of those swords that you get in the crypt that have the casting as the secondary attack?
I couldn't tell you. Like I said, my memory is as bad as they get.
You know when the dude rings the bell and it spawns like all those wraiths.
Right.
Yeah, so they drop a long sword that for its power attack it acts as a staff. So if you dual wield power stance those, you get like the two hands, you know, power attack of the double swing, and then the one hand power attack of spellcasting.
Yeah,
And
I know
that's
what you're talking about.
really fun way to do that kind of spell sword build. That's one of my favorites as well.
I definitely enjoy it because spells actually make most of the bosses in the beginning of any Dark Souls relatively simple. So you don't really have any issue
I try to
early.
avoid casting. I try to avoid casting in Dark Souls just because I don't think it's a face roll, but it's definitely a lot easier.
It is.
Makes things a lot less stressful, and I don't play Dark Souls to be relaxed, you know?
Right? There's the way to go, but there's also a little dungeon right here. Which one do you want to do?
I might hang on. This might be all right for you. Have a look at that.
Ooh. We get plus 67% damage.
You won't be able to use your shield, but like
No,
it's a lot of damage.
I can fix that. Hold on.
Oh right, because you've got that passive to let you wield a two-handed in one hand, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Viv, Blue Flame, that's the one. Fucking. Here's the thing, Viv. You know a lot more about Dark Souls than I do, but you will never be able to stand up to my double popsicle. What are they? Fucking smithing thing. What do you call it?
Hammer?
No, the forge
Oh.
thing. Anvil.
Okay, yeah.
Anvil popsicle. Yeah, that's one of my absolute favorite build is dual wielding the anvil popsicles, and Viv and I have done a bit of PvP, and she doesn't handle them too well. I don't think anyone handles them too well. No one suspects what those things are capable of. They're ridiculous.
I know there's a build I wanted to try in Dark Souls 2 that I never actually got to. Was
right.
the weapons that look like what Illidan uses from World of Warcraft?
I feel like I should know that.
Like the Beyblade kind of things.
Oh yeah.
Because I saw a couple of those, and when I was playing, and I always wanted to make a build off of those because that's like one of my favorite weapon designs ever.
That'd be pretty cool. I'll take it you're going to be all over Dark Souls 3 with the pre-order and such.
Oh yeah, I try to pre-order every game I get because
really
I try to because I like getting little bonuses for free.
Yeah, fair enough.
'Cause who turns down free stuff? Come on. But yeah, I want to get it. But it's like so many games coming out in the next couple months, which is abnormal for this time of year.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it?
So I'm debating whether I'm going to be able to get that game immediately like I want to. Because I know
I will be getting it immediately.
Because I know in March the Division comes out, and I want to play that. And then one of my all-time favorite game series is getting a new game in around June. I don't have the official release date yet. It just says summer right now. Is Persona 5.
Oh, and what's that?
Good old Persona.
Oh, of course. Well, of course, I've never played a Persona game.
Never played a Persona game.
Never played a Persona game.
I think
I didn't even know about that franchise until like halfway through last year.
you didn't know about what until halfway through last year?
Persona.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't find out about Persona until... Actually, it was about a full year ago now.
All right.
And I have no regrets.
And what, you just fell in love with it?
Yeah, and I just fell in love with it. I went back, played the third one, and because I'm one of those people who has to know the lore and story of a game, I went and read summaries for 1 and 2 because I could not find them.
Take these elixirs for your trouble.
Whenever I watch Sly play it, it's just like some fucking hallucinogenic fever dream, and I have put those days behind me.
It's a great game.
Not interested.
Everything about that game is great. I love it.
Oh,
and
shit.
It's like that.
Oh, shit.
Atlas as a game company also kind of shows that turn-based combat, kind of like old school turn-based combat, still has a place in modern day gaming.
Yeah, I feel that.
Because they have a lot of really popular game series that still sustain a popularity today, and nobody wants their combat to change.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
Fallout
good.
4 DLC. I need to get back into Fallout. Last time I played it, I just got so aggravated that I just kind of left it.
I I played it for like a week straight when it first came out. I haven't touched it since. And I don't know why. Like I'm way more into Elder Scrolls than I am into Fallout. And the way I look at Fallout is it's like a test for systems that they're gonna put into the next Elder Scrolls game. You know what I mean?
Right,
I treat it like an Elder Scrolls demo.
right.
So I haven't I haven't played Fallout 4 in quite a while now.
The last time I played Fallout 4, I was having a really bad day of gaming. Like every game I touched, I was just failing at. I went.
How do you fail at Fallout 4?
I'll explain. I started with I think 14, and I proceeded to like just completely fail at tanking, healing, and even failed at DPS for the most part. Like I was getting hit by all the AOE's. I was just doing awful. Switched to I don't know what game, it was some RPG that I play, and he proceeded to like die
Right.
3 times and quit that. Went to Fallout and I just kept making mistakes and dying, and then every time I would, and then like I drew the line when I finally finished taking this base that was up on like a ruined highway, and there was like a small like hole in the ground that doesn't look like a hole, and I fell through it and died, and I was just like, I'm done. It took me like 8 tries to finally take this place, and then I died.
I never let myself have days like that. If I start a day like that, I'm just like, I'm not playing any games. I'm fucking done.
That's what I try to
I'm
do. But I was just really, really bored.
well, fair enough.
I don't remember what I ended up doing after, because Fallout was where I drew the line. I just kind of stopped.
I was really hoping that we'd have some emotional breakdown moments.
Agreed. We kind of.
Because I'm a bit of a masochist when I game, and like I'm always kind of holding out for an excuse to, feel bad for myself.
I can pretty much agree with that in all aspects of Diablo, at least.
Came for deaths unsubbed. You wanted this to be a 20-minute series, did you guys? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, jeez.
You can blame me. I'm just too good. Oh god, my attack speed is so slow with this hammer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forgot that when you
that's
use
alright.
two-handed, it slows down your attack speed.
That's all right.
I don't have a choice. I got rid of my cool sword.
Well, it's what was it? Plus 60% DPS.
65% damage, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be crazy not to
Defenses
use
are
it.
nothing. My knowledge increases.
And then, like, I didn't lose any toughness or anything. I lost a little bit of, like, health regen, but that's not a big deal.
Hmm.
And I just put a gem on my helmet, so I just get a 10% increase to my life, so I'm not super worried.
I believe it is time.
Oh, you knocked them all out of my
Delay him.
jump!
Why not prepare his demise in the depths below?
Worst Dragoon ever.
The
Knocks people out of other
fucking
Dragoon
party
jumps.
synergy here.
You can't hide from me, Magda.
I think what the best we're gonna do in terms of my build is getting like a black hole build or something like that, so I can bring heaps of dudes together and we can AoE them down.
Probably. You get a lot more AoE, but I do have that jump, and it's pretty nasty.
Well, at the moment, I'm focusing on like the freezing and the slowing and all that kind of stuff, just because it massively helps survivability.
Yeah, I'm trying to do as much. I need to actually check and see if I have any runes for my shield bash. Oh, I do. Since like I've only really played again in this most recent month, the only things I've really touched are Monk, Crusader, and Demon Hunter and Witch Doctor. I haven't actually got around to playing Wizard yet.
I hate Witch Doctor.
I hate it too, but I hate Witch Doctor, but I also am not a huge Barbarian fan.
Right.
Which is funny that I like this, because when I picked it up, I'm like, I just want to try it, but I'm probably not going to like it because I don't like Barbarian. But I love this class.
Well, there's a bunch of different builds you can go with in Crusader as well. It's very versatile. Like, I think it's a very well-designed class.
Oh yeah, very, very well designed. I mean, it can fulfill like any like Holy Trinity role too. It can be a healing, it can healer. It can
Yeah,
be a
well,
tank.
for what that's worth in Diablo 3.
What's that word? Yeah, but
Bring him to me that I may rend the flesh from his bones.
So I changed the knockback to like a damage debuff. So that should be a bit more useful. Or watch out for that. We shoot for it.
oh crap.
Fucking told you, mate.
Yeah, those aren't super noticeable to me for some reason. Like I
Really? Oh, I guess because it looks like my spells.
like, they just never stick out to me. We have a rare enemy and a like purple enemy here at the same time.
Not anymore.
When we come back to do this
Come on.
for the next time, we might need to up the difficulty again
Well, I agree. Then we'll definitely have to up it
because
if we don't die to the butcher,
agreed. Because
which is unlikely to be fair. The butcher's a bit of a face roll.
it really is. Because I feel like that situation right there, two of those like unique enemies, should have been a little bit more heart-pounding than it was.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
I hate these dungeons; they're always kind of hard to navigate.
So Yaz says you guys are going pretty well off right now, which means the deaths are gonna take that much more of your soul when it happens.
He's got a point. Going at this rate, when we actually die, it's going to be a lot more devastating.
You see, I don't think I'm gonna feel that bad when I die, just because this character is like a scrubby version of my main wizard.
I'm going to
Like if I was playing like a character or a build that I'd never done before,
gonna-
then I'd be
face a little bit of
pretty
heartache
attached to it.
because of what I named him.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's one thing about when I play my characters. I always have a little bit of attachment because I give them those Final Fantasy names.
Oh dear. Well then you should give them stupid names. You should name your hardcore characters like BloggleFast.
I was thinking I should just name it after the characters in Final Fantasy I don't like. And then I was like,
We
for the
have
most
just
part, I
arrived in
like
Diablo,
everybody.
And I must
I can
say,
find a
I'm
reason
bit
to like most
dismayed.
characters in Final
This
Fantasy.
place is a backwater filled with serfs and an ancient
Just name
broken-down
it
monastery. Hardly fit for the king of Condors.
Lolorito.
There you
Cannot
go.
fathom why Lazarus was so intent on this becoming our new seat of power.
I'm just gonna name him Potato. That's just what I'm gonna name every hardcore character from now on is Potato. Potato 1, Potato 2, Potato 3, etc.
Name it Vanille? Yeah, I know, right? Jeez.
I'm actually one of the only people in the world that Vanilla.
Vanilla.
like vanilla.
Oh, she's so weak.
I love wall enemies. They just set themselves up for me to kill them.
Yeah, they're pretty silly.
Except when you get ones that are a combo of wall and those arcane torrent things. Because then they trap you in the wall with the turrets.
Oh yeah, oh that's the worst, isn't it? Oh, well, whenever they sort of combine it with some kind of AoE, like the poison pools or something as well, are a real bitch.
It's partially why I love that jump skill on Crusader here, because I just jump over the walls. She's half the reason I never played 13.
That jump would be a pretty good disengage as well, wouldn't it?
It is a great engage if it weren't for the fact that cooldown's kind of long, so I kind of save it for when I need a big hit. I don't think I've actually played Paladin in Diablo 2.
Oh, you gotta have a go at the good old hammer then. They're great fun.
Like, I still own Diablo 2, like, on my Blizzard account. I could download it again.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if my computer would run it. Like, it's not like it's not good enough, because it's obviously good enough.
No, yeah, it does some weird things to newer PCs. I remember last time I was trying to play it, I had to like mod it a bit to make it not look completely terrible.
Right.
But I don't know. Diablo 2 is
My old
great.
masters could see
Yeah,
me now.
I've wanted to go back and play it again so many times.
It's always a bit of nostalgia glasses, I find, with games like that, though. So sometimes it's better just to have, you know, good memories of it.
On the flip side, who's everyone's favorite Final Fantasy character?
Favorite Final Fantasy character? My favorite Final Fantasy character is Ethys. Just saying.
I was about to debate that and say numbered Final Fantasy, and then I was like, well, 14 is a number.
Yeah, 14's a number.
Vincent?
I've got to go with Yaz. I reckon Cecil and Auron are pretty close. I used to love Vincent, but he's a bit too edgy for me. He's a bit too much of a cliche.
Too much of a cliche.
I loved Dirge of Cerberus though. That was an awesome game.
I watched my cousin play it. I don't think I ever actually played it. Thought it was really fun to watch. So,
Yeah, it was a fun game.
A foe worth killing.
wow, my favorite.
Like, it was a half-finished game, but it was a fun one. Look at this fucking guy.
Oh, Cersei.
Yeah, yeah, I was about to say, yeah, speaking of the birds, someone's getting hungry. That's my enraged timer right there.
Let me think. That's a hard one though. My favorite Final Fantasy character. Oh, I'm sitting right in an AoE.
Holy shit, these guys are not dying, these brigands.
I
are
know.
Freaking, they're beasts.
The boss guy himself isn't
Shit.
doing much
Yeah.
either.
Oh, we got him. Archer's Nexus.
I didn't.
Is it
mind
not
It's
Cecil?
a little too much hate. Can't look at it as a Final Fantasy though. It's more of a shooter than Final Fantasy. If you're talking about Dirge, yeah.
Nah, you can't look at it as a Final Fantasy game.
Cecil is one of my favorites, but I know he's not my favorite. It's just a really hard question. For the longest time, like, for me, I would say my favorite was Auron. I'm just trying to debate if that holds true now. After all, because
I think if you play Final Fantasy X for the first time at like a certain age, it's kind of impossible not to love Auron.
And I think it's just because I liked Zack's story, is why I like him as much as I do.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm just warming up.
That's kind of the same way I feel about Vincent. Is like, I like his story, but his kind of character archetype is just kind of irritating.
The edgy character archetype.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I find them difficult to like. Which actually was one of the things that really blew me away about Kylo Ren, is that I hate that archetype, and yet I found his character actually quite interesting. Which I think sort of speaks volumes about the way he was written.
Yeah. So I kind of want to reserve saying my favorite now, because Yas just said something that kind of makes me think. Because 15 comes out soon, and just from the tech.
Oh yeah, you don't want to commit.
Yeah,
Yeah, jeez. I mean, one of the characters from 15 might hear you and think, "Oh, you don't fucking love me."
Because just from playing the demo, I actually really liked Noctis. I think it's because he's a prince that I like him. It's just a new perspective for like a main character in Final Fantasy to take.
So, what do you think of 15 in general? Do you think it's been overhyped? Do you think it's going to live up to expectations?
It depends. I think it really depends on how you look at it.
Right.
I know what Square wants it to be, because it's the same thing they've wanted a Final Fantasy to be since they started doing stories with, like, committed stories kind of thing, with like they did with 10, is they want it to be the game that finally beats 7. Like, that's what they want in one of their Final Fantasy games. Do I think it's going to be that? No, definitely not.
The gods have seen
If they pull it off, I'll be very impressed and love it all the more. But I'm not going to go into it thinking.
So you don't think 7's overrated then? You think 7 is like the best one they've done in terms of, you know, story and world building and
I don't think it's a matter
deserves a
of
kind
whether
of-
I think it. I think it's a matter that enough people in the world have played 7 and unanimously agree that it's a good game. That speaks volumes about it.
I can't help but feel like that's herd mentality. You know what I mean?
Kind of, but it's also. I
Is
mean,
that
you
it
have that
kind of
such
just
a
got momentum?
you got that huge debate with people like 6 is the best, 7 is the best, and then some people even say 8 is the best. Now that's a smaller crowd, but all the same. I'm a big fan of 6. I can't decide if I think 6 or 7.
I'm a big fan of 6 as well.
I really can't make that decision.
But I don't think it's like a particularly productive debate about which one is the best. You know?
Fair enough. But it's just with games like that, it just seems like something you gotta talk about at some point.
Oh yeah, it's like inevitably gonna raise. But I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like in
that's
that kind of
never
context,
very
I want to
often.
talk about. Yeah, you want to talk about like what you like and what you don't like and what you think works and what doesn't. But I don't know. Saying which you think is the best in a franchise or a series or a genre or whatever. I just like, so what? What does that mean?
Yeah. That makes sense.
I mean, does it mean that like you're gonna forego playing the other Final Fantasies? Because you're not. And if you do, you're an idiot.
No, that's a definite truth. If you don't play another Final Fantasy, then if you only play one Final Fantasy in your life, I think there's a problem. To answer your question, like what do I think on 15? Playing the demo, like I played the demo when it was brand new, not after they did like the episode Duske 2.0 update thing. I didn't play it any.
Right.
And in the camera again. Ooh, shield, yay. I thought it was really, really fun. And I thought the summonings, albeit, not getting to use them, like you have to be like near dying to use them.
Right.
I also thought that was cool because it prevented you doing something that was pretty common in most Final Fantasies that had summoners, is leveling up your summoner and
Yeah, you just
spam
choose
summon.
everything. Yeah.
And I also like the
Have
giant
they
epic
explained-
feel you get of summons in this game because of it.
Oh, they're massive, aren't
It's
they?
amazing.
Do they explain that lore-wise why you can only summon when you're close to death?
They didn't put a lot of lore in the demo. They put a little bit. So it's hard to say why. I know they talked about going to face Titan through the demo. Like that's what they
Right.
were moving towards. And I don't know if that means like Titan's some kind of enemy. Is he a potential like summon? Like, yeah, you don't have a lot of information as far as that's concerned.
Right.
But I thought the combat in 15 was really fun. And some of the changes they've seemed to have been made in the newer videos. I've yet to see any of the videos that show magic. I've seen the stealth gameplay. I think the gameplay looks like it's even better, more refined kind of thing.
Shit.
So yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be a fun game.
Now we've got one more of these prisoners, and then I think we're basically straight into the butcher, aren't we?
We beat like the jailer guy or whatever, and then we go through like a floor of another dungeon, and then we're at the butcher. Yeah.
Yeah, my butthole is nearly not nearly as clenched as what I thought it was going to be at this point.
Now,
Thank you, champion.
I
Your
have a couple
servants are now
times, but I'm
free,
right here at
but the
a huge
curse over
groups of
this
enemies.
place remains.
Or should the fucking warden and shit, we should do him. Yaz says he likes the new UI for 15. I think I think it looks pretty good. Like UI and screenshots and gameplay footage is basically all I've seen of it. I haven't played any of the demos or anything. I don't have a PS4.
Now, what about the gameplay that's been shown for the 7 remake? Have you seen that?
Yeah, so we were talking about that like several episodes ago. I noticed that the people that are designing the combat system for that were the people that did the .hack games on PS2.
Really?
Yeah, and to me that's very reassuring. Those were. Did you play
I
them?
did not. I've never had anything to do with the dot hack stuff. It's I never caught my fancy.
Well, they
before,
were
but I've
they
heard a
were
lot of
very
stuff.
good games, and they were also they were serialized, so that you'd have like a full, 40-50 hour game, and then a year later they'd release the next one, and it was the same sort of systems and the same engine, but you'd sort of carry your character forward.
Right.
And that's the same thing that they're planning to do with Final Fantasy VII. And the fact that they've got those guys on board, and I think they did it better than anyone else that's tried to do something like that, is very reassuring. So I've got pretty high hopes for it. I'm just hoping that they don't charge like a full release price for every single episode of it.
Yeah, that's the only
That'll be
part
the
of
one
it
thing
that's
that sort of bums me out.
is the episodic thing.
Yeah.
Everything else, I have like no concerns about. It looks great. The gameplay kind of reminds me of like an updated Kingdom Hearts, but with a Final Fantasy feel.
Yeah, for sure.
So I have the only problem I've had with it was I heard that they were doing episodic. Other than that, and I'm hearing my own stream. Why am I hearing my own stream? Do
Ruh-roh.
you hear it?
I'm hearing a little bit of an echo.
Give me a sec.
Not from your stream, I mean like through your mic I'm hearing a little bit of an echo.
Oh, that's why. Okay, that should.
What did you do?
I had my video hidden on my screen where I had all the title and everything, but I forgot to mute it before I hit it.
Shit. Shit on it.
Okay, I need you all to group up. Come on, there you go, guys.
I hate these poison enchant ones.
Really? I'm just sitting in the middle of them.
Well, look at me. I'm a fucking tanky ass fucking Crusader. I sit in poison.
I mean, just
What have I got? Reinforcement.
get good, scrub.
Well, for everyone watching, next time we do a session of this, we'll definitely be playing an expert.
Definitely.
Provided we survive the butcher.
Provided. Yeah, I know when I played this back,
I'm feeling confident.
when it was like I played this during like the first, I think it was like 3 months of its release, the original Diablo, and I went through and cleared the game on every difficulty, I believe, that they had at the time, and that's how when I stopped, and I didn't come back.
Yeah, it wasn't
until,
much of a challenge.
January this year, so there were so many different things. It was just ridiculous.
Well, again, last I was playing is because I was doing the sort of high torment levels on my wizard and being like, I'm not really getting anything out of this. Not really, it's not really challenging.
Right. Same. I've been playing on Torment recently, so. Yeah, that's.
But even when you're playing on torment, it's like it's not mechanically challenging. You know what I mean? It's like, do you have the stats or not?
Right. Yeah, that's kind of my fear, is that's what they're. When they say episodic, that's what I think, and that's kind of what I'm afraid they're going towards. But I want to hope that's not.
I have a bit of faith in Square Enix. When they try to do something new and different, they tend to land on their feet, in my experience.
You do realize we play Final Fantasy 14, right?
Yeah, and they fixed it.
They fixed it, but that was not their best start. They
Yeah,
literally
I know
had
that,
to
but
shut
if
the game
they-
down and bring it back.
Yeah, and that sort of speaks volumes about their, design philosophy, right?
Fair enough, and I'll give it. If they had tried this, maybe like 2-3 years ago,
You would have been more skeptical.
I would have been more skeptical. But ever since the re-release of 14, Bravely Default, and just basically everything coming out of Square Enix lately, I have confidence that every game they have on their plate right now is gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, they're definitely on a roll. Oh, here we go.
Let's do this.
Lear must be back in Tristram.
Put that on the box. Yeah, they fixed it.
Soon have another one to cry over.
Oh, shit.
Ethys Asher, 2016.
Alright, let's do this.
So far, I can't
Get
seem to
wrecked.
hit him. My guy's running in circles. That was weird.
What?
For a second there, my guy was just running in circles.
That's not good. No, that's not good.
Alright, I'm your opponent. Come here.
Fuck, he's got a lot of health. Ah, shit. It's alright. I've got plenty of regen. You know what? I'm used to doing this guy on Torment. I'm pretty sure we can just like tank him and just chew his face off.
That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just hitting him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we start to take damage, I still have my buff. I haven't even thrown up yet.
Also, I've got him frozen like more than half the time. Butcher, you ain't got shit.
I'm not?
How do you think he got so big? How do you think he got so big? So in Diablo 1, he's like the same size as a player character, right?
Well,
What happened to him?
he got infused with more demonic energy. That's usually how demons work in most lores and things. Is get stronger.
That's a cop out, and you know it.
I mean, it's is and it's not. But I mean, it's just kind of like.
They magic him.
I mean, because if you also think about it, at this point in time in the Diablo, in the world of Sanctuary or whatever, 4 or 5 of the primevals are absent, so it has to leave room for people or demons to step up and try and claim an extra seat of power or something that gives them some kind of strength boost.
Oh, so you think he's been like carb loading and spending all down the bench press, so he's ready to get onto the seat as a primeval.
I think it is, or I feel like he's kind of.
Is that how that works?
To an extent, I feel like he's speeding off the energy of like an absent primeval, because if you look at him, he has you see, it has a much different look from what I remember seeing the pictures of his first appearance, and he seems to kind of.
He looks pretty similar. He's just a lot bigger.
I don't remember the.
Well,
being quite so.
We'll never know. All of that.
Hey, legendary ring.
All of that fucking power rating for nothing. Bulk in peace. Yeah, I got a legendary two-handed axe. I don't know what good that's gonna be for me. But
I got that
we'll
same
see.
ring you just got
Shit.
a minute ago.
Shit. Well, I got a large two-handed axe. Yeah, the number below it is so ridiculous at the moment.
Yeah, and they completely sped up the obtaining of rare items and stuff. So.
Yeah, which is because I mean that's what the game's all about, right? It's about that feeling when you see a legendary drop and you're like, yeah, but if that only happens maybe like once every few sessions, then you're not going to keep playing.
That's right.
Alright, well that is Hardcore Diablo 3, everyone. That is Act 1. Jesus, I can't believe we got through Act 1 in one sitting in Hardcore.
For real. It's not even...
Yeah.
We're too good.
We're
too good. We're going to have to up the difficulty next time.
It's crazy good. So next time we're going to be doing Act 2, we're going to be doing it on Experts, and there will be tiers aplenty with any luck.
And as he does his sign-off for YouTube, I'm going to do a sign-off for Twitch. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for hanging out. You're all beautiful. You all rock. This is where you can find me on Twitch. Below the stream, you can find me. Up in the corner, you can find me for Facebook and Twitter and all that other stuff. And if you look to my
give us your Twitch link.
My Twitch link is twitch.tv/archangelgn2. Don't ask why there's a 2. I don't feel like explaining that story. It makes me sad inside. So that's where you can find me. Everywhere else, it's ArchangelGN pretty much. For those of you on Twitch, if you look to my right or my left, you know where to find Ethys if you didn't already. YouTube, Twitter, and regular on Twitch. You're all beautiful people. You rock. Thank you for hanging out, and thank you for those follows.
Thanks, guys. And bye-bye. Awesome stream, dude.
Yep.
That's good. That's really good.